So we're about to begin building the Adidas Superstar packaged up in this nifty box here. The Adidas Superstar was initially released as a low-top basketball shoe in 1969, and Adidas has done an incredible job keeping this shoe relevant for over 50 years now. And if you think that's a long time, check out this photo of a shoe discovered in 2010 that dates back 5,500 years. Believe it or not, humans are believed to be wearing shoes as far back as 40,000 years ago, when significant changes in foot structure clearly pointed to some sort of protective footwear. But enough about that, let's go ahead and jump into the build and get the rest of this story. Fast forwarding thousands of years into the 1800s, the rubber sole we're beginning to build now became a defining element in creating the athletic shoe category. Rubber soles date back to 1832 when a patent was approved to cement rubber soles to the upper parts of shoes and boots. However, durability was subpar at best until Charles Goodyear, yes, the guy whom Goodyear tire was named after, invented a much more durable rubber in the mid-1800s. The next major evolution came with the plimsoll shoe, which you can see a more modern version of in this image here. Initially hitting the streets in 1876 as a sand shoe that was most often worn on beaches, its versatility wasn't a secret for long. It quickly found its way into athletics, most notably starting with the tennis court, which explains why the term tennis shoes is used to describe many different types of athletic shoes today. Adidas began the story of Adidas, or as we Americans call it, Adidas, in the early 1920s, repairing shoes in his mother's laundry room after returning home from World War I. In 1924, Adi joined forces with his brother Rudolf to form the Dassler Brothers shoe factory in Germany. Success came relatively quickly, racking up several gold medals in the 28 and 36 Olympics, including 4 by American Olympic sprinter Jesse Owens. Adi and Rudolf ended up splitting in 1947. Adi rebuilt under the name Adidas, and Rudolf fascinatingly formed Puma, both of which remain powerhouses in the industry today, many decades later. As we finish up the top half of the shoe, it's worth noting that the Adidas Superstar popularized having leather on the upper half of the tennis shoe in favor of canvas, which had been the standard for the several decades prior. So we have finished the Adidas Superstar, pretty quick build, about 90 minutes. Here you can take a closer look at the finished product. Laces and all, of course, it's Lego. I want to shift gears here and also show this evolution snapshot provided by Lego. The design has remained impressively stable over the years. As I noted in the intro, the Adidas Superstar was initially released as a low-top basketball shoe in 1969 and took off almost immediately. The rubber toe protection and super comfortable leather uppers were game changers, said to be worn by as much as 75% of the NBA within their first few years of being released, and that included early adopter Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You can see an advertisement here of Kareem sporting those kicks that he helped popularize. A couple of additional notes that I wanted to throw in: Keds, which was one of the early brands that innovated on that plimsoll model and helped popularize the category in the early 1900s, was led in part by Charles Goodyear Jr., which was Charles Goodyear's son. So both father and son making significant contributions to the development of the athletic shoe, which I thought was super interesting. Speaking of Keds, if you've ever wondered where the term sneaker came from, just after Keds were released in 1917, an advertising agent coined the term sneaker, claiming it was very easy to sneak up on people in these shoes relative to the louder wooden and leather shoes that were much more common during that time. The last thing that I wanted to point out is I've got an 8-year-old son that has a pair of these and wears them almost every day. That was not planned or coordinated. This Lego set was a gift for me, but I wanted to mention that. Just speaks to how well these shoes have withstood the test of time. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment with any ideas or requests that you have. Appreciate you.